Am I the asshole for not giving my nephew his birthday gift? Just bear with me for a moment. My 29 female nephew, Josh, 12 male, is quite spoilt. His parents, my brother and Sil, show blatant favoritism towards him over his younger sister Lou, 9 female. As a result, sadly Josh has grown a little entitled. He also is quite mean to his younger sister because his parents never believe her when she tells him what he's done to her stuff. Now, I'm usually very strict, and when the kids are with me for a weekend, Josh is usually on his best behavior. Now, Josh's birthday was yesterday. Lou had a spelling bee last week and she got first prize. Her parents brushed it off, but I was very happy for her because she spent hours learning each word and I was very proud. So when I took the kids' day before Josh's birthday so he could pick out a gift for his B-day, I got Lou a stuffed animal as a, "You did great." Josh picked this game that he's been wanting. The birthday party was yesterday, and when I went to their house, Lou had been grounded and was not allowed to attend, and the 2 friends she had invited were also sent back home. I thought it was extreme and asked what she had done. Turns out that Josh and her argued over the TV remote, and Josh went to her room and destroyed her stuffed animal that I gave her and told her she didn't deserve it. Lou screamed at him and my brother got angry with her temper tantrum and had her pick up the pieces of the stuffed animal and throw them in the trash, all the while she cried. She was then grounded. BTW, Josh's best friend was the one who spilled the beans to me and also told me that Josh goaded his parents into the punishment. I was furious and refused to give Josh his birthday present, telling him he didn't deserve it for being mean to his sister. I also told off my Sil and brother that they're growing insanely cruel towards their young daughter. Now my family is pissed that I refused to give Josh his birthday gift. So, AITA. Too long did not read. Nephew picked on sister and I refused to give him his B-day present. And #X200B. Edit. I have picked up my niece from my brother's house this morning. I called him and told him if she's being so rude to her brother, then maybe she should stay with me a couple of days to clam down. Had no other choice but to say this. Had to get her out of there. I got her a massive teddy bear which she's keeping in my house, and I took her out to get McDonald's, so she's smiling. But I am looking for a more permanent solution. Not the asshole. Make sure you let her know that she has family that does love her and cares about her, because she is likely to need that support as she grows. Be ready to be put at a distance and ready to support her when you can. Not the asshole. His parents are just the worst. Well done for speaking up. Awful, parents. Offer to adopt her if you can, as they are negligent. I hope you're around when she's a teenager and needs somewhere to live when they find an excuse to kick her out. Not the asshole. I feel so sorry for that little girl. Good on you for standing by her. It's obvious Josh makes the rules in that house, so Lou is going to need you on her side for quite a while to come, I'd say. Those parents are ruining both of their children by demonizing one child and spoiling the other. Am I the asshole for telling my sister that she is as bad as our father? I, 28F, have an older sister, 33F. Our parents divorced when we were 4 and 9. Our mother got full custody because our father was not a good person. Then our father kidnapped us. From 4 to 16 I lived with her and our father in a cult. It was your run-of-the-mill Christian cult. Homeschooled, forced to dress modestly. Any type of independence is seen as sinning. Etc. When I was 16, the cops finally arrested him and we were reunited with our mom. The first few years of freedom were wild. We finally got to grow as individuals, experience normal life and face our traumas in therapy. My sister became a tattooed, pink-haired career woman. I went to college, worked for a couple of years, met a good man and decided that being a Psalm is what I really want. Looking at me, you would think that I am embodying what we were taught as kids in the cult, but that's not true. I just find myself in dressing in feminine clothes, taking care of my home, my husband and my kid. I am an equal in my relationship. I know how to assert myself and am as far from what I used to be as my sister is. My sister, on the other hand, doesn't think so. She takes every opportunity we meet to try and save me. She tries to convince me to leave my husband and my kid, pushes me to get a job, tries to force me to go clubbing with her, tried to force me to get makeovers, etc. I finally had enough yesterday. She made a dating profile for me on Tinder, and she has been chatting with a guy and had set a date already. I was furious. So we got into a screaming match that ended up with me telling her, "You are exactly like Dad. You are both trying to change me to fit the idea of what you think I should be." She was shocked, didn't say anything and just left. Her partner told me that she had an anxiety attack and is ramping up her therapy sessions. And now I am feeling like an not the asshole. What you said is exactly right. She wouldn't listen to you before. Sometimes it takes a verbal slap in the face with reality to get through to someone. Not the asshole, she needs that extra therapy. She set up a dating profile for you. Can you imagine the issues if your husband or his friends and family saw that? Her partner told me that she had an anxiety attack and is ramping up her therapy sessions. Yeah, so what? She's on the verge of hooking her sister up with a complete stranger, jeopardize her marriage and possibly her life and safety depending on the guy, and now she acts shocked that Op gave her a verbal ass-kicking over it? Nope, not the asshole at all. Am I the asshole expecting my husband to cook for us while he's not working? My husband broke his ankle and had to have surgery. He has a cast for now and crutches to get around the house and has been home less than a week. Normally we either take turns cooking or cook together when we both get home. But since he'll be home for a number of weeks, I told him he should be covering dinner for us. He said he'd do what he could. The first day all he made is freaking grilled cheese and soup. Stuff like that doesn't really constitute a meal, or he orders takeout. Once in a while. Okay, but it's been like that ever since he's been staying home. Yesterday I asked him to do something with more sustenance, like a baked dish with a side salad. Protein and vegetable sides. My husband argued and said he didn't think he'd be able to do something like that because he's supposed to be staying off that foot as much as possible for the time being. And he brought up being in pain. I totally get the pain, but I reminded him that there were ways to make a good dinner even with a broken ankle. He has his crutches, could bring a stool or rolling chair into the kitchen, or get everything to the table and sit to do prep. Instead, he made chili in a slow cooker and had pre-made salads delivered from the store. I wound up making something for myself instead and told him how I was getting fed up with him disregarding my wishes and feelings. He told me I'm being bossy and need to cut him so slack, and he'd go stay with a friend. He's been there a whole day and was short with me when I've called to get him to talk about this. I don't think I'm asking too much from him to just cook dinner since he's home, but am I the asshole? Edited. Okay, I get it, I'm the asshole here and the daughter of Satan. Some of you are very protective of your soup and sandwich combo. You have at it, I just can't stand it because ate too much of it growing up. I will take today and tomorrow off and apologize to my husband and do some nice things for him. I'll talk to him about having one of our family members come and help me with meal prep. I sincerely thought sitting on a chair was a viable option since he'd be off his foot. Guess I was wrong. Edit 2. Yes, I said asking help for meal prep. I work 12-hour days, own a loading dock. Most my days are on my feet and helping lift stuff or walking around doing inventory and other such tasks. It's physical, it's exhausting, spending a chunk of one of my 2 days off to do meal prep and everything else in the house. Yes, I need help somewhere. It's wonderful that some of you or your partners are able to do it all, but that's you, and not everyone is the same. And some of y'all acting like I'm the only one that likes a clean house. We both do. He's worse about it than me, especially with cat and dog hair. Meaning I'm also cleaning things that are making him anxious at his request, so he won't be tempted to get up and do it. You are the asshole. He should be off his foot as much as possible. Also, he made dinner? You are the asshole, the man and injured. How much do you expect him to do? It's not safe to sit and cook, God forbid the pot or something hot falls on him. You are the asshole. He's home from work because he's recovering from surgery, but you expect him to stand in the kitchen every night and bring you a multi-course meal? Who gives a shit about what you want right now? Your husband had major surgery less than a week ago. A particular surgery that I know can take a person up to 4 months to recover from. So he doesn't need to be on his feet, even with the crutches. He needs to be in bed resting and recovery. Not catering to a royally spoiled pain in the ass like you. If anything, it should be the other way around. Since he's genuinely hurt and in pain while you're just a pain. So yeah, you are the asshole. Am I the asshole for editing my wedding photos to remove the white top my Sil was wearing? I got married back in June, and at my wedding, my now sister-in-law was wearing an outfit with a white top and a black bottom part. I didn't say anything to her at the wedding, but going through my photos with the photographer, I felt like they were a bit silly since the top part of her outfit was literally the same color as my wedding dress, and in certain photos, it really made her pop out. Since they are my wedding photos, I requested the photographer to make my SIL's top to be grayish instead if possible. We only edited the ones where she was standing next, near me btw. When my photographer sent me the finalized version, I distributed them to my family members. My sil got upset and asked why I edited her white top. I said it was because she stood out too much. Sil requested the original photos with her white top be sent. I contacted my photographer. She said she could send them but at a cost since they were additional photos. I asked if she could just send the raw over, no processing etc., but it was still extra. So I told my sil if she wanted the original photos, she could give me the extra money and I'll get them for her. This made her upset even more, but I thought she dropped the issue. Fast forward some days and I find out she's talking shit about me behind my back. I went ahead and texted her why the hell she cares about the white top so much, and she says she looks really good in white, and bought that outfit specifically since she wanted good photos. I was dumbfounded with that comment, so I just didn't reply to her text messages. Then my husband told me the next night that Sil is really upset with me and wants me to respond. She apparently believes I am insecure for editing the photos. Am I the asshole here? FAQ. So the outfit she was wearing was a formal jumpsuit. This isn't exact, but it looked similar to this photo, here. On the day of the wedding, I didn't think her outfit mattered that much, but she really did stand out in photos. It's partially due to the backgrounds we used, the lighting and camera work etc. I edited 6 photos in total, with 3 of them being the formal guest photos that everyone takes. I did request editing on other guests, but again just to fix any weirdness due to the lighting and background. As far as color goes, no one else wore a lot white. Except some men with button-up shirts, however the white was often very overshadowed by the color of their suit jackets. She looks really good in white. Is your sil Kelly Kapoor? She wore white to a wedding. She's lucky you were nice about it and just grayed where she's standing next to you. And you were nice enough to let her have the unedited photos if she paid the photographer. Not the asshole, but your sil sure is. Not the asshole. If she wants good portraits she can pay for her own photographer and photo shoot, not piggyback of your wedding photos. Not the asshole. Your sil should have known better than to wear white to a wedding. But then again, she actually bought the white top to wear on this occasion. So she's actually the asshole for knowingly trying to stand out on someone else's special day.